Children, in this video we learn about the Indian desert, which is also called as the Thar desert. So children, let us see the location of the Thar desert or the Great Indian Desert. It is as it's called. It lies towards the western margin of the Aravalli Hills. Western. Now why do we say western? This is north of Aravalli Hills, this is south, this is east, and this is western. So it lies on the western margins of the Aravalli Hills, and you can see this is the Thar desert. Okay, let's have a closer look. You can see this is the Thar desert. Now it has parts of Gujarat also has this Thar desert, parts of Haryana and Punjab, but major part lies in Rajasthan. So this is our Thar desert. Now this region receives very low rainfall, below 150 mm per year. Okay, and it has undulating sand plains, okay, which are called as sand dunes. And then what are sand dunes? Let me explain to you what are sand dunes. Now what is undulating? It's like highs and lows, here, here. Okay, like we have learned dunes. This is the valley which is the dunes. Here the sands are forming dunes, undulating sand plains. How they form? They're like shifting sand dunes. When the wind blows, this heap mountain like sand shifts. Okay, it is here, and then when the wind blows and when wind keeps reduces, it deposits all the sand dunes here. So this is called as shifting sand dunes, which are found in our Thar desert. Now this kind of a sand dune is most seen in our Thar desert, which is called as Barchan dunes or Barkhan dunes. This is the wind direction. It takes the sand when the wind stops. These crescent shaped like dunes are formed. These are called the two horns of the dunes. Okay, this kind is found in Thar desert. They are called as Barchan dunes or Barkhan dunes. Now children, river Luni is the only large river in the Thar desert, but this Luni never reaches the sea. It just dries up and disappears somewhere. Okay, so this is the only large river there, and this Thar desert has a very arid climate. What is the meaning of arid climate? Very low rainfall and any very low vegetation. That is called as arid. So hardly anything grows here. And one more thing that I need to tell you, that this Thar desert forms a natural boundary between India and Pakistan. Pakistan is here, India is forming a natural boundary. Okay, so this is all about our Thar desert. Let us recap and learn what you need to know about the Thar desert. So the Thar desert lies towards the western margin of the Aravalli Hills. It has undulating sand plains covered with sand dunes. I told you undulating. This is under highs and lows. It receives very rainfall below 150 mm, and streams appear during the rainy season, never reach the sea. And Luni is only large river in this region. It has arid climate with low vegetation cover. And the most important feature of this desert, Thar desert, that we have crescent shaped dunes called as Barkhans or Barchans. Okay, so you can see the wind direction. It blows this way and then forms this crescent shaped sand dune. So children, now let us learn about the islands. There are two islands which are found there in a part of our country. Apart from the mainland India, we have two islands. One is Lakshadweep in the Arabian Sea, and the other Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal. Children, let us first learn about Lakshadweep Islands. So they are a group of small coral islands. I've already explained to you in my previous video how coral islands are formed. So they are a small group of coral islands. It covers an area of 32 square kilometers, and it is close to the Malabar coast of Kerala. You can see here it's close to Kerala and the Malabar coast in the Arabian Sea, and they are small coral islands. Okay, and now they were called by different names earlier. It is called as Amandeep, Lakadweep and Minicoy. Okay, but in 1973 it was renamed as Lakshadweep. Okay, and then you can say the administrative headquarters of Lakshadweep is Kavarati Islands. Okay, so that's all about Kavarati Islands. Remember that it is a coral island, small coral islands, and the different names were given earlier, but now after 1973 it has been called as Lakshadweep Islands. So children, the next islands are the Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal. You can see they are long, elongated chain of islands. Okay, and the entire category of these islands are divided into two parts. In the northern part they are called as Andaman, and in the southern part they are called as Nicobar Islands. Okay, and we will now, I've already told you the formation of these islands. As I told you earlier, when it broke away from the Gondwana land, the Indo-Australian plate broke away from these were the two arms, Aravalli Hills, and here was the Assam Himalayas. When they collided with the Eurasian plate, okay, here they bent and went into the towards the northeast. They bent. Now the mountains submerged in the sea, but then some came out up above the sea, and that was the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So I've already explained to you the formation of these islands in my previous video. Okay, so this is all about Andaman Nicobar Islands, and we can see here there is one active volcano which is called as Barren Islands. And what is the climate here? It is equatorial type of climate. It's close to the equator. It's very hot during the day. It rains in the afternoon, and which leads to thick vegetation. Okay, so all this is about Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Now let's recap of whatever we have learned. You can see the difference between Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So here they are a group of islands close to the Malabar coast of Kerala. Here they are elongated chain of islands in Bay of Bengal. Lakshadweep is composed of coral islands. Okay, and we can see that they have been believed to be an islands at an elevated portion of the submarine mountain, which was submerged. That means above those same mountains, some have submerged, some remain up. So that is how they were formed. So earlier they were known as Lakshadweep, Minicoy, and Amandeep. Here they are divided into two categories. In the north they are called as Andaman, in the south they are called as Nicobar. Okay, it covers a small area of 32 square kilometers. Small islands, these are much bigger islands. Administrative quarter here is Kavarati, and here the equatorial has an equatorial climate close to the equator. That means it's very hot during the day. By afternoon it rains, and because of that there is thick vegetation, forest cover is there. Okay, so this is all about Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and with this we finish the chapter on the physical features of India.